how to find 100x to 1000x cryptocurrencies before everybody else. This is why some people become rich, because they get in early before everyone else, making massive multipliers. I'm going to show you how to do it. 6 key factors we need to look for. If it sounds interesting, drop that like, give, subscribe. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at as well, which I believe can do this. This is not financial advice. See, this is good research, but do your further research. Please pay attention to this video, because it will guide you with the cryptocurrencies you invest in. Get my words out. It needs to have 6 key factors. I got a bunch of coins over here, which I will be going through. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through. Drop your comments down below on coins you want me to talk about. It needs these 6 key factors. BNMICVP. Or in other terms, it needs to have great branding. It has to have a strong narrative. The marketing has to be tight. It must have influencers talk about it. It must have a community. And it must have a strong value proposition. So we're going to go through these with these coins over the course of loads of videos. And again, I would love to do your coins as well, just because, you know, I'm always doing things that I'm talking about, but I'm happy to talk about projects that you're doing. We can really test it. The reason Bitcoin was so successful is because it had all of this. Matter of fact, this value proposition, I could have put it up here. But right now, I don't think the value proposition is there right now for the average person, because in order for you to double your money, it has to go to trillions of dollars. So this is why I bring it sort of down here. But the value proposition is still high for high net worth individuals, right? So they will find it appealing. Big investors, you know, like the micro strategies, find it appealing as a value proposition for them. But this has strong branding. Look at it. The simple B, strong, catchy, the color was there. The narrative was just insane at the time, because back then in 2008, when the Lehman, the banks went down and everything else, there's a massive crisis in stock crash. This was the narrative. Give people the incentive to trade without a third party, and it's still a strong narrative as, you know, overall for Bitcoin being the store of value, you know, comparing it to gold. This is why people invest in. This is why big companies invest in. The marketing is just clean and simple. The word of mouth has given this the strong marketing to make Bitcoin explode. I don't even need to bring up any details on this. You just know. Every single influencer in the crypto space that does technical analysis or that looks at the market overall talks about Bitcoin. So the influence is just high. It's at a 10. And of course, it has the biggest community of everyone, all of us. The reason we are here is because of Bitcoin, so it has the best community, right? So now we're going to take this sort of thing and do the same thing with all these other coins, right? And I'm going to start off with this one right here, bomb. AI16Z. It's one of my bigger holdings, and I like this, and I'm going to tell you honest opinions on what I think it has. We can see where it can improve, and hopefully I can fit it into this box somewhere as to where I think it can sort of reach. But again, we're looking for these 100x's to 1000x's, right? And this is how you find them. The branding is a must. If it has a clean branding, then, you know, that's going to attract people to want to come over and invest in it. Now, AI16Z has slightly changed its brand. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they're still keeping this for the token itself. But it was for, you know, we're dealing with AI agents, which at the time was all about anime. It has the whole anime vibe. The AI agents blew up. Virtual's Protocol blew up. And it was, you know, it's just a strong branding. You know, it's appealing. People can relate to it. It's, you know, female. I don't know why they gave her big boobs, but they did. But the branding for me was just on point. And actually, when you look at where they're going now, because they're moving to Eliza OS, this is still a clean branding with the Eliza operating system. It just looks like it's like a new type of, I don't know, maybe they could just drop a whole new computer console. Well, not gaming, like just a computer console, which could be an AI console that everybody could just use to adapt to for AI agents. But overall, the branding's clean. They've kept the same Eliza sort of female. It looks like they're just using her face now, right? You can see it down here, probably just using her face. But they've got a tight branding when it comes to this. And this has always stood out. So I have to give this a 10 for its branding, right? The narrative. It's hard to find cryptocurrencies that can sit within a strong narrative. Now, for me to show you this, to help you understand the narrative, we have to take a look back at the past. You know, what would you say the biggest narrative was in 2024? Well, meme coins were surging, and actually CoinGecko said that memes were the hottest narrative of 2024. But what if I told you that AI agents and AI was the biggest narrative of 2024? Just before the end of December, AI surged so much that it outpaced meme coins, and that is mad because memes were going manic after Pepe. So to think that AI absolutely surged in 2024, just outpacing all of the narratives, shows you what the hottest narrative is and what many believe it could be in 2025. And, you know, I'm coming across Crypto Rank. They're talking about the most popular narratives. They're putting AI first, guys. But up here, look, we got the popular narratives. Actually, well, here it says crypto AI, right? So, actually, let's go from 2023 to 2024. I need to update one. But this one is up to date, because this is CoinGecko, right? And they're talking about what happened from 2024. I might bring another one for, see if I can find 2025 and onwards. So, but we just know. We know how AI moved, right? So because of this sits in the best narrative where people will come into, where heads will come to and say, you know what, I need to invest in an AI coin. Which one should I go for? This hits the spot for the narrative. I got to give it a 10. The marketing. If a cryptocurrency looks good and it's sitting in a strong narrative but has zero marketing, it's just a killer for the project. Because if you don't have a strong marketing campaign, you're just not going to get anywhere with your project. So what I can say about this from looking at its Twitter is it has a strong marketing because it's constantly making partnerships, it's constantly posting, it's got other people interested in using AI16Z's or Eliza's framework for AI agents. And I'll just come down to show you an example. Some big names that probably people know about. Have you heard of Cluster? Haven't heard of Cluster. But this one here, XDC, is another layer. It's like a blockchain network. It's like, I don't know, do you call it government one? But we know XDZ. See, get it out. Is it Zimfin? So now you can use AI agents on the XDC network because of Eliza OS's plugin. This shows you how powerful and how it's turning heads in the other crypto space and who wants to use it to bring AI agents into the future. Their marketing is happening all the time. They're constantly partnering. They're constantly getting it out there. 50,000 views a lot of the time with, well, let's have a look. So that's just 26,000. Let's have a look. 11,000, 35,000. What did this one do? 29,000. They're getting big views. So the marketing is tight for this. I think it is. I'm going to give the marketing, I'll probably give it maybe a 9. I don't know. I'm going to have to decide what would consider the marketing to be an absolute 10. If it was on more exchanges, let's just have a look. Is it on Binance? It's not on Binance. It's not on Coinbase. Let me just go through these and see. If it was on Binance and Coinbase, it kind of gives it like full marketing. Like you're on every single popular exchange where everybody can buy you easily. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 9. Once we start to see this on Binance and Coinbase, then yeah, that deserves a 10 in my eyes, because you put yourself in a position where you have full marketing, full exposure to the entire crypto space for people to grab it easily. Next, influencers. If a coin does not have influencers talk about it, because I'm not in a boasty kind of way, but because if I wasn't an influencer and I was just watching YouTube, I would go to the YouTubers. I would want to know what these guys are talking about to tell me what I should, look at to potentially invest in. We are the gatekeepers. We are the ones that share the opportunity to the new people that come in, to you guys. And then you guys decide after looking at our video if it's something interesting for you to add to your portfolio. So influencers hold an extreme important value to every single cryptocurrency, because if no influencers talk about it, then you just don't have the right chance to get yourself out there. Again, it falls under marketing, right? But influencers play their own individual role. When you come over to, you could just type AI16Z crypto and you see a fleet of influencers that have spoken about this over the year, the 3 months, 6 months, yeah. So it has influencers, and I think more influencers will continue to talk about it as time goes on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give it I'll give it an 8 for influencers. It would be good to see more influencers come, but they do have influencers talk about it, which is good. And they're not just low end. You've got some high ends, ones that are above 100K that are talking about AI 16Z, which will push it out to huge market people. The next one is the community. How big is the community? That's another important thing. If you don't have a community, you're not going to succeed, because the community will continue to talk about it as well. Because if you don't have the influencers, the community itself can just, look at this coin. Mum, check this. Hey, did you hear about that coin? Yeah, no, I'm in on it. Yeah, it's so cheap now. That's what happens when you have a community, right? And let's have a look at AI 16Z's community. It has, or Eliza OS, because that's their brand now. They changed it over to that. It has 146,000 followers just on Twitter alone. Now, I'm guessing they've got maybe a Discord and a Telegram. I don't use their other ones, but let's have a look. So let's have a look. Does it say it? No, it doesn't show Discord or Telegram. I would have thought they had. Oh, here, look, here we go. Just under here, look. So the Discord, how many do they have in Discord? I don't use it that much. But 146,000 just on Twitter alone shows you it has a huge community. They've got about 22,000 members on Discord. I would say this is a strong enough community to seriously, keep this going strong through any type of cycle. I'm going to give it a 9. High, strong community. Now is the value proposition. What is the value proposition? It's something that would say to people, I should invest in this. What does a cryptocurrency have for someone to want to go and put their money into it? What value proposition does it hold? Well, from looking at this, you can see already that the branding's tight for AI 16Z. It's got strong narrative. The marketing's cool. It's partnering with big, names in the crypto space that could bring more people into it, because people that like Zinfin or XDC will come along and go, I like this. Cool, we can do AI agents now using the framework. It's got influencers and community. That's great. But the value proposition is going to lie more under is now a time to buy. What market cap are you getting in? How many tokens are available? What does the tokenomics look like? This is the value proposition. It's 13 cents a piece. Now, when you look at the value proposition of Bitcoin, like I said to you, and compare it to this, you'll understand what I mean. So I'm going to grab up Bitcoin, and then we can see the difference in the value proposition. Bitcoin is $83,000 for one coin. In order for it to double your money, it has to go to $3.2 trillion, right? 3.2. Because right now it's 1.6 trillion. So double your money is 3.2. It's a very low proposition, value proposition for anyone new getting in. I mean, if you just want to double your money, fine. But then when you take a look at AI 16Z, it has 150 million market cap. If it does a 10x, it goes to $1.5 billion. And then you say to yourself, well, can it do it? If you switch this to market cap on CoinGecko, market cap, you can take a look at how high it went before. It went to $2.5 billion. That was only a few months ago. So this has an insane high market value proposition. Meaning that if I put my money in this today, based on 150 million market cap, it's possible it could come back to $2.5 billion because of the marketing, because of what it's doing. It keeps bringing people in. It's got influencers that are going to talk everything, just everything that I've shown you so far. It has a very high market value proposition. All of the tokens that you see are circulating. You're not going to get dumped on by early investors or pre-sellers that are just constantly selling. That's another important thing to the value proposition. So because of these factors, I think this has the most insane value proposition for anyone that wants to get in on an AI cryptocurrency that's in a strong narrative that people can actually make a return on. I'm giving it a 10. So from all of this, from what we see here, I think it has the potential to do really well. Maybe it could 100x over a longer period of time, meaning 3 to 4 years, maybe 4 to 5 years. But if you're looking for something short term, it most certainly has at least a 50x potential return, right? But I think in the very long term, because if you look at this right here, right, where you see XDC coming in for the partnership. That's just a little insight to what's going to be happening in the future with all of these other blockchains. They're all going to start to adopt Eliza OS because they're going to want to have autonomous agents developed on top of their blockchain. And so far, Eliza OS seems to be the one that people want to rush to use. So I think over time, once this is fully plugged into the crypto space, this is where you start to see the potential 100x's, which to be fair, right now, a 10x is 1.5 billion. A 100x will sit this at a $15 billion market cap. It is very doable. It's so flipping doable. And actually, I've been here for many cycles. So when I look at the last coins that moved, like your chain links, and we had polka dots and all of these coins, Uniswaps, they did big multipliers from tiny market caps. BNB has surged. So I think that it could do that. I think it could be sitting up here, have these kind of market caps in the future. I'm going to leave it here. Was this helpful? Drop that like, give me a subscribe. Which coin do you want to see next that must have these sort of things? And we can work out to see if it has this 100x to 1000x potential. Yeah? Thanks for watching. Become a Patreon. The link is in the info section. I will see you in the next video. Cheers. Never be defeated.